Everyone, Heather here with astrologywithheather.com, and I am back with another weekly forecast. And this one is from Monday, August 31st, all the way through to September 6th, which is my birthday, of 2020. And so this week we actually have a really powerful, really positive energy, and I'm super, super excited to get to report this good news to you guys during a year when things have been particularly challenging. And so this is a very welcomed energy with the full moon in the sign of Pisces, making some really positive aspects, along with Mercury and Venus and some other planets in the astrology that are going to be making some positive aspects as well. And so the energy for this week is going to be lightened up a little bit. This is a time where we can manifest things really powerfully and make some really powerful and really important changes to our lives and to our experience. And so last month we had what I called the most shocking full moon energy of the year. And oh my goodness, was that shocking. We had some very crazy world events go on. A lot of people were having some very shocking, very radical changes in their personal lives. Well, this is kind of the opposite of that. We have not, instead of having a square with Uranus with this full moon, we actually have a really beautiful, very tight, powerful, positive aspect with Uranus in the sign of Taurus as a part of this full moon. We'll have the sun actually in a perfect trine with Uranus, and we'll have the moon in a perfect sextile. So what this means is that we can bring about change in our personal lives and in our collective experience in a way that is more gentle, much more positive, much more harmonious, but still very, very powerful. This is a powerful time for change, for really happy surprises that might be very welcome, that might show up in our experience this week. And this is a powerful time for visualization and manifestation. Anytime we have the full moon in the sign of Pisces, Pisces is one of my favorite moon signs because it always brings very synchronistic, very seemingly magical, interconnected experiences. It's the sign of mysticism. It is the sign of interconnectedness. It's the sign of creativity. It's the sign of spirituality. And it is the sign that represents things like imagination and visualization. And when it's the full moon is a point of manifestation. And so what we can always do with the energy that comes around, usually only once per year, with the full moon in the sign of Pisces, is to visualize what we want to create. It's kind of like we're reaching a culmination point with something specific in our lives, which I'll get to when I get into the forecast for all 12 signs. But it's kind of like we're coming into this point of culmination, this point of manifestation where something is coming to the forefront, something is being revealed to us in terms of the results of what we've already set into motion, either earlier this month, earlier this year, or maybe in a very far back cycle that, maybe happened several years ago. It's kind of this point where something is coming to a head and we're starting to see the results. And now we have to make a decision. What do we want to do with this? How are we going to tweak it? How are we going to shift this energy to fully manifest exactly what it is that we want to create, while also kind of opening ourselves up to additional opportunities that may not be in our plans? Because that's a big part of not only that Pisces energy, which is about surrender and letting go and trusting the universe and trusting the universal plan or God's plan for us, or whatever it is you want to frame that as. But it's also that Uranian energy. You don't want to block out the potential opportunities for really powerful, really positive, unexpected changes or opportunities. So you want to make sure that, yes, you're visualizing exactly what it is you want to create. This would be a great time to do like a vision board or to do a really deep, intense visualization sort of meditation practice that will allow you to really embrace and put yourself in the experience and in the feeling and in the emotion, especially, of what it is you want to experience in your life moving forward. But it's also an important time to not get too caught up in the details. Right now, with all of the Virgo energy, especially with the Sun and Mercury in Virgo, it's easy to get caught up in our specific plans and really paying attention to all those details. And that can actually prevent us from allowing maybe something better to come into our lives right now. I would say that would be the only sort of hang up here. If you're somebody who likes to really control every aspect of your experience, which there are a lot of people who are like that, maybe with some strong Pluto energy or some strong Virgo. I have both of those, so I understand. But this is not a time to micromanage everything that's going on. This is not a time to try to control every aspect of what it is you're trying to create. This is a time to allow and embrace and to just see the way things are unfolding and move with that energy. Because if you don't, then you might miss some really powerful, really incredible inspirations, some really incredible opportunities, some really incredible surprises that might, be very welcomed, unless you're really trying to, again, micromanage everything. So that would be the only thing I would say in terms of like potential hangups. But, pretty much for everyone, this is a nice energy. The other thing that's going on, and I want to show you this chart so you can see here, because it's actually pretty incredible what we're experiencing here. So not only, you can see here that this full moon is kind of in a kite pattern because Jupiter is in that orb of making a trine to the sun as well. It's not super tight like Uranus, but it's almost like we have a grand trine and like a little bit of a kite forming here as well. So, Jupiter, of course, provides additional opportunity, additional good fortune, an additional layer of also just feeling really optimistic. I feel like this is a time where people are going to be feeling very idealistic, very optimistic, very dreamy. This is a great time to take a little vacation and, again, just allow things to unfold. If you want to use this for manifestation, do so, again, creatively and with a little bit of wiggle room or a lot of wiggle room, because again, great opportunities here. But the other thing that I wanted to point out here looking at this chart is that there's a mystic rectangle forming. And so we've been dealing with this energy of Mars square Saturn, which is going to be super present all the way through to really the middle to end of October. And then it'll come back around at the end of this year, beginning of next year. And it's still going to be strong in November too, just because of what Mars is doing and some of the aspects with the other planets. So this is kind of like a really extended energy that I talked about really in depth in last week's forecast. I highly recommend going back and watching that video, because that video provides information and insight that will carry you through at least November, if not to January of 2021, in terms of the energy that you're going to be having to endure and deal with and overcome and work with. And so that's going to be down over on my YouTube channel. I'll post a link, or I'll have that showing up at the end of the video if you want to click on it. But the thing that I wanted to point out here is that this is a really great mitigating energy. We have Mercury in the sign of Virgo in almost an exact trine with Saturn, right? We have Mercury at 24 degrees. It's actually going to hit 25 degrees and make that exact trine with Saturn this week. But even at the time of the full moon, which is 2 days prior to that exact aspect, it's very, very strong. And while it's making a trine to Saturn, it's making a sextile also to Venus. This is a great time to have those important conversations. This is a great time where you're going to be able to create really concrete plans that will last very long term and that will be beneficial for all parties concerned. This is a great time for negotiations, agreements, connecting with people on that sort of communicative level. And, it's also forming not as tight, but it's forming that sextile with Neptune in the sign of Pisces. And so, this is kind of a magical energy. This is an opportunity that we're not going to see come back around probably for the remainder of this year. There's a little bit of good energy in December here and there, but we're not going to see, I think, a configuration like this one for a while. And so this is a week to take advantage. Do things that feel good. Uplift your energy, right? Uplift your spirit. Do whatever you need to do to make that happen. Connect with people. Connect with your friends. Connect with your family. Communicate. Have those important conversations. This is a great time to do that. So I just wanted to point that out. And in my fall electional guide, this is a period that I really highlighted for September. And if you haven't already done so, that fall electional guide is available for immediate download, immediate use. It has a full electional and lunar calendar. It has a written guide that walks you through the best energies for the entire fall, and also videos that go in depth for each month that describe the energy of every single day, especially the specific charts for initiation that I've chosen for each of the best astrological days. So if you want to be successful this fall, if you're planning something big, now's the time to really start working on planning ahead, because we do want to plan around some of the diciness, and this is a great week to actually get your plans, visualize your plans, and then set things in motion. It might take more work. It might take more dedication. It might take longer than you might want it to for these things to fully unfold. But if you get things going this week, if you really harness this energy, especially if you're working towards something that has already begun in some way, at least energetically, then this is a powerful week for that. I can't stress that enough. Get your ducks in a row this week, but don't do so in a way that's so concrete and so tight and so rigid, because that is not the Neptunian way. That is not the Piscean way. That's not really what this energy is about, but definitely start visualizing, start imagining what you want, start creating this week. Really great week for that. So I did want to just kind of pull up the chart so you could see. I really like this energy. Of course, that T-square is still there. Of course, that square between Saturn and Venus and Mars, that's a part of this energy, but it's being mitigated in a way where I think that this is going to create a lot of opportunity if you're using it well. But again, like I said before, things aren't going to manifest instantaneously. They're going to take a lot of work to make them concrete, and that is a part of this experience as well. All right. And so let's get into the forecast for all 12 signs, beginning, of course, with Aries and Aries rising. And before I do that, I just have one more quick announcement. My house rulerships course is already in motion. We're getting into it, and you can join in at any time, catch up, move at your own pace. The lectures and the materials will be available indefinitely. There's about 8 hours of content, or there will be about eight hours of content released that go really in depth into every single thing that you could possibly need to know to master the art of using house rulerships in astrology, which is a very important intermediate to advanced technique that's really going to help you to hone in on some things that you might be missing in your own interpretations, so you can navigate your experience and help other people in the best possible way. This is a very important prerequisite to any predictive technique, including just, basic transits. And so the link to sign up is down in the description below. And I hope you'll join us. It's been really awesome so far, and I'm super, super excited for the way that this course is turning out and the feedback that I'm getting so far with it. And of course, my fall electional guide, I highly recommend that too. All right, so let's get into the forecast for all 12 signs, beginning, of course, as always, with the sign of Aries. So for Aries and for Aries rising, I'm going to be talking about the points of opportunity here, because there's a lot of them. I think that this is, again, a really great, really powerful week. If you have been really wanting to manifest something involving your work, your daily work routines, your job in general, and creating better, more independent opportunities financially, or opportunities that create the potential for financial independence. And so this is about doing something unique, doing something in your own way financially, and creating unexpected and surprising financial opportunities through the work that you're doing on a day-to-day basis. If you want to do that, this seems counterintuitive, but pull yourself away from your work this week and just spend some time alone. Spend some time in meditation. The best opportunities are going to happen when you are in solitude. The best inspirations are going to happen when you're in solitude. When you're in retreat, when you're doing your spiritual practices, when you're utilizing your creative processes. So maybe, paint or do something creative alone behind the scenes, and that's going to stimulate something for you. This is where you're going to get an aha moment. It's like, oh my goodness, why didn't I think of this before? It's just going to come to you like a download, or like a vision, and utilizing this energy and starting to work toward manifesting that vision is going to create the opportunities that you want for your career, for your day-to-day work routines and experience, and for your finances especially. Financial independence is something that's going to be very important for you to be working toward in the next few years, And this is you starting to see how that can come about. Something is being illuminated related to your finances and some surprising opportunities or some really important change you need to start working toward making. All right. And for Taurus rising, this energy for the full moon is happening in your 11th house. And so this is just a really nice, really happy full moon for Taurus. This is a time where really incredible opportunities and surprises can come to you through, first off, just your own insight. You might get some flashes of insight, some downloads, some inspiration that come to you directly. But really, this is about collaborating with groups. This is about going out with your friends. This is about interconnectedness with some sort of group or some sort of group activity, group work, or connection to maybe a club or organization. But this is a very social full moon for you, where you're going to feel much more connected and compassionate toward other people right now. I would say this is a really great time to engage in your friendships and to check in with your friends, to spend time with your friends if that's something that's available to you right now, because really incredible opportunities can come through your social networks, and these opportunities can really help you to further your plans to engage in the things that you are deeply and truly passionate about. This can also bring unexpected and surprising opportunities that benefit not just you, but your children if you have any. And so maybe doing some sort of play group, that would be a really great manifestation of this energy, can bring about opportunities through the adults that are a part of that group, through the parents, and also for your child through that interaction, or setting up some sort of group activity, even if it's online, or group connection, even if it's online with fellow parents, or for some sort of play, or an online sort of connection for some sort of spiritual practice or spiritual group or organization where you connect with people who are like-minded and who share the same ideals. I think that, this is a great week for that, and really incredible opportunities can come to you. And this is going to help you to connect with your joy a lot more moving forward. This is going to bring a lot more joyful experience. This is going to bring a lot more fun, romance, excitement, or again, opportunities that involve your children that you wouldn't have had access to otherwise. All right, for Gemini and for Gemini rising. So this is a time that can be very powerful for opportunities in your career and public reputation. There's been a lot of energy going on behind the scenes, trying to get your ducks in a row and make plans involving your home, your place of living, your family in general. Now's a time to kind of pull yourself out of that and pull yourself back into the world. This could be a little challenging for you. This is going to be an energy that can cause more tension for Geminis than for some of the other signs, just because it's squaring your ascendant sun or moon, especially if you have your ascendant sun or moon near that 10 degrees in Gemini. So anywhere from 5 to 15 degrees will be feeling this the most. But that tension is going to be a source of forward momentum, illumination, and inspiration. This is going to show you something in terms of your career and your overall career goals and plans, your legacy, your reputation out in the world, that you need to shift or change or transition in some way. This is going to come maybe through a dream or a vision, or maybe through some solitary introspective work where you're going to all of a sudden get that inspiration. It's like this aha moment or this flash of insight where it's like, oh my goodness, why didn't I think of this before? Even engaging in creative types of processes or pursuits, or connecting with people in positions of power and authority. That's another great way to utilize this energy, especially if you're connecting or uniting for some sort of creative project or compassionate cause, maybe connecting with a leader in some sort of charitable organization, or connecting with a leader in your field to collaborate for some sort of charitable event. That could be something that could actually propel you forward into success in ways that you might not fully understand or be able to embrace right now. So you don't have to see the whole thing. You don't have to plan every single aspect of it. Just know that opportunities can unfold, and this can be incredible for not just you, but also for your family and for your home life. It's going to help you to create a better balance between those two areas, your public self and your private self. All right, and then for Cancer and for Cancer rising. So for you guys, this is actually a really, really nice energy. The full moon is going to be trining your ascendant sun or moon, especially if you're a Cancer sun, moon, or rising, anywhere from 5 or 15 degrees, so near that 10 degrees, because you'll have the moon full, illuminated, beautiful, and big in the sign of Pisces in your 9th house, which is the house of education. It's the house of the higher mind. It's the house of inspiration and opportunity already. It's the house of travel. It's the house of connection to people in foreign lands. It's the house of connection to new ideas and new ideals. And this is a time where you're going to start seeing things from a completely different vantage point. This is a time where you might be integrating some new ideas, some new mindsets, some new philosophy that's going to really change your perspective on life and your direction. In terms of your life path. This is not a time to focus on like day-to-day mundane communications. This is a time to focus on the bigger picture. You might find yourself in some sort of opportunity to create or learn something brand new, and that's going to be very exciting for you, and that's going to change your life for the better. Also, collaborations with groups of people, especially when those collaborations are involving education or, some sort of travel plans, or if you're connecting with groups of people in foreign countries, this can create surprising and unexpected positive opportunities for you, or some sort of inspiration or aha moment. This would also be a really great time to release some sort of course, or to engage in some sort of online course, or to teach something, or to speak about something publicly. I would love that for this energy for Cancer and for Cancer rising. All right, and for Leo and for Leo rising. So for Leos, this is actually, pretty positive energy as well. That Uranus energy, especially if you're a Leo sun, moon, or rising, anywhere from 5 to 15 degrees, especially near that 10th degree, that Uranus energy has been very disruptive in a way that's very shocking, very frustrating, very turbulent. And this actually helps that energy to be channeled in a way that's much more positive and much more gentle. And that can bring some very welcome changes and surprises into your life, especially when it comes to your career goals and plans, what you're doing out in the world. There's some sort of frustration or need for greater independence, or a need to change something in a way that's more sovereign or more unique or individualistic when it comes to what you're doing out there in the world in your career. There's a frustration with the status quo and a need to make those changes. And now's a time where you can start to see that being highlighted. There is something that's going to be illuminated potentially in terms of investment opportunities, joint finances, inheritance, taxes, insurance payouts, money that comes in from an outside source. And that could actually be something for some of you Leos, where maybe you're looking for a loan for your business, or you're looking for a grant, or you're looking for some sort of investor or investment to make that can help further your career goals and plans, and that can help you to achieve that level of independence and sovereignty that you're really hoping for when it comes to your career. This is a time where it's not necessarily that you got to kind of pull yourself away from focusing on working and creating resources through your own hard work and your own effort, and kind of see other opportunities that can come from outside sources. This is also a time where a really incredible healing can come. I would say that this is one of the best times to reach out to somebody who's in a position of power and authority when it comes to the healing, not just like physically, but psychological, emotional, deeper, even like shamanic forms of healing, where you're healing your deepest fears, your deepest anxieties, your deepest traumas from the inside out. If you're somebody who's seeking that type of healing, seeking that type of relief from your fears, from your anxieties, from your past experiences, so you can move on and move forward, now's a time to reach out to that person that you see as an authority figure in that area or in that field. Or maybe you'll find them unexpectedly, they'll reach out to you, or maybe you'll become that person in a position of authority. Maybe that's what you're working toward. All of these things are potential opportunities here, but really this is about your financial goals and plans. This is about your career goals and plans, and finding new opportunities for greater independence in all of these areas. For Virgo and for Virgo rising, this energy is pulling you out of focusing on you, your needs, your worries, your plans and goals, and focusing a little bit more on connecting with other people. And really incredible opportunities can come to you through your connections with others, through forming bonds, through forming partnerships, through your current partnerships, through your marriage partnership. This is a really romantic energy for Virgo risings, where if you are a Virgo rising, especially anywhere near that 10th degree, so really anywhere between 5 and 15 degrees, you're going to have an opportunity to enhance your romance, to do something really beautiful and fun and magical with your partner, and a lot of really powerful new ideas, inspirations, opportunities, or at least a newfound perspective on life that can open up your mind and create a lot of inspiration can come through these sort of magical escapes in partnership. Even if you're not in partnership, this is a time where a new partnership could form, maybe with somebody at a distance, with that Uranus energy being involved in the 9th house of foreign travel and long distance travel. This could also be a really great opportunity to connect with a new teacher one-on-one, and that's really going to inspire you and change your mindset around something, and that's going to change your entire life path and life direction. If you're engaging with that, if you're open to these new opportunities, if you're not trying to plan everything down to like the smallest detail, because this is a time to be open to new connections this week. These connections can really inspire you and surprise you in some really incredible ways moving forward. Okay, and for Libra and for Libra rising, this full moon energy is happening in your 6th house, which is the house of health, work, and daily routines. You've been kind of retreating a little bit, Libra. There's been a lot of energy in your 12th house, and that's okay. You're preparing for either your solar return if you're a Libra sun sign, or your the sun hitting your ascendant and illuminating you, illuminating the self, giving you that newfound burst of energy. Both of these energies are like a cosmic reset that reignite your fire, that give you some sort of fresh start or some sort of opportunity where your energy, your expression, you as an individual are being highlighted. And so in preparation for that, we always go through a period once or twice a year where we retreat a little bit, where we spend more time in solitude, where we spend more time in contemplation and meditation, focusing on our creative processes. And so right now, you're kind of being pulled out of that. You're going to have to go back out into the world. This is a time to work. This is a time to spend time doing normal life, mundane activities. And this can actually be really inspiring to you, where a lot of new ideas, new opportunities within your work, within your daily routines, within your experiences to change something and to become more sovereign and more independent and have more excitement on that day-to-day level. Those things can really come about this week. And especially, so financial opportunities, especially through investments and partnership involving work, can come about this week if you pull yourself out of that seclusion, that solitude. And also, another thing is, this is a really powerful opportunity for healing. This is an opportunity for physical and psychological, emotional, spiritual healing, where something can come about where all of a sudden you're inspired, or all of a sudden you just realize something really important. And it's like all of a sudden it just clicks, and you know exactly what you need to do. You know how to heal your body. You know how to heal your mind. You know how to heal your spirit, or the right person or the right modality comes into your life in a way that's unexpected, and you just kind of roll with it. So I like this week for issues pertaining to your office space, issues pertaining to your coworkers or people that work for you. I like this for financial opportunity, and I like this energy for opportunities that come about in unexpected ways for healing for Libra and Libra rising. And for Scorpio and for Scorpio rising. So for Scorpio risings, this full moon energy is happening in your 5th house. This is the house of joy, excitement, hobbies, interests, passions, things that you love to do because you love to do them. This is a very magical, very happy energy for Scorpio risings, especially if you are a Scorpio sun, moon, or rising, anywhere between 5 and 15 degrees, especially near that 10 degrees in Scorpio. This is going to be just a very lovely, very happy, very inspiring, very magical energy. I highly recommend taking advantage of this, especially if you are in partnership, because this could be a time for romance, for play, for fun, for unexpected opportunities to come in partnership with somebody that can help you on a creative level, that can help you to have more joy, that can create a lot more romance and excitement in your life. I really like this energy for maybe even a new surprise partnership coming up for those of you who are single, where, a really exciting new love affair or an old romance or something that's been brewing can come back around or show up in a way that's unexpected, or the energy can change or shift in a very positive way in your relationship. That could be, something that I think is definitely a potential for Scorpio risings. This could also be an opportunity involving your children, if you have any, that comes about through partnership or through connections with other people, especially close one-on-one connections or agreements or negotiations that allow you to create better opportunities for your children. This could also just be a really great time to engage in play with your children. This could be a good time for social activity in general for Scorpio. So going out and connecting with a group and doing something that you love and that you feel very passionate about. This is a very magical energy for all of those things for Scorpios. And it's a feel-good energy. I think Scorpios are going to feel very energized, very lit up, and very just pleasant and happy this week. For Sagittarius and for Sagittarius rising, this full moon energy is happening in your 10th house and in your 4th house of the home, family, and property, especially in your 4th house being illuminated this week. There's something that you've been wanting to change. So you've had a lot of energy this month, especially, or the last couple of weeks, I should say, focusing in on your career, your public reputation, trying to make new plans, new goals, trying to really figure everything out down to the smallest detail when it comes to what you want to do with your career path moving forward, or what you want to do with these new career opportunities, or what types of opportunities you want to create for yourself in your career. And this has been a source of tension because this is squaring your ascendant sun or moon, especially if you have your ascendant sun or moon anywhere near that 10th degree. It's still going to be a little bit of tension. So between 5 and 15 degrees in Sagittarius. Yes, you're going to experience the positive side. Yes, there is an outlet that we're just about to talk about in just a second here, but it's still like a little bit of a challenge and you have to do something and take some sort of action here. But this is a time where instead of focusing so much on your career, focusing so much on what's going on in the big picture, focus on your home environment, because that's really what's going to be illuminated. You're going to want to be at home. You're going to want to be with your family. You're going to want to be doing things more behind the scenes. Pull yourself away from the busyness of the external reality and into your home environment, into what's going on behind the scenes and behind closed doors. And by doing this actually can create some really incredible opportunities to change something in your day-to-day work habits, in your work life, in your work environments, in your normal work routines that can actually benefit you in very surprising and positive ways. Or you might just feel inspired. It's like, now that I'm pulled away from this, I understand what I need in terms of a work-life balance, and I know now how I need to change things moving forward to have that independence and freedom to create what I want to create in those areas. This is also potentially a healing opportunity that comes up where, it's just like all of a sudden this person comes out and is able to help you, or comes to the forefront and is able to help you heal through maybe ancestral trauma, past experiences with your family situation. I would say that this is healing on a physical, but also an ancestral or a psycho-emotional level based on early childhood issues, if that makes sense, where it comes about in a way that's really magical, synchronistic, and just easy. Okay, and then Capricorn and Capricorn rising. So for Capricorns, this energy here is happening in your 3rd house. So this is great news for Capricorns. You guys have been getting hit over and over and over again with Saturn, Pluto, Jupiter's nice, but Saturn, Pluto, and then Mars hitting all these things and hitting Jupiter. It's been a lot for Capricorns. And so this is a time where things are going to feel a lot easier, a lot nicer. There could be some short distance travel opportunity that comes up for you where you get to go on a short trip. There could be an opportunity to purchase a new vehicle or to do something involving vehicles or transportation that comes about in an unexpected or an exciting way. This is a really great time where You could engage in a learning opportunity that allows you to do things that are much more independent, freeing, fun, and exciting for you when it comes to your hobbies, interests, passions, things that you love to do. Maybe you've been really wanting to engage with a new hobby, a new interest, a new passion, and a message comes in, or again, a learning opportunity or a new teacher comes in that allows you to engage with this energy. This could also be a communication or an opportunity that comes in involving your children in either education or a travel opportunity or something like that, or something that allows you to engage with your neighborhood and your community with your children or involving your children. So maybe like a neighborhood play group or a neighborhood homeschool group or something like that, where it can provide some really incredible opportunities for you that you might not otherwise have. This is a great week for Capricorns too, just in general for relationship. So this is a great time to enhance your communication in your relationships, especially marriage partnerships and close committed relationships. So if that's applicable to you, now's a time where something's going to be illuminated that's going to enhance your ability to communicate and engage with those relationships really effectively. Maybe even an opportunity in relationship with your partner, especially if you're a Capricorn, sun, moon, or rising, anywhere from 5 to 15 degrees, especially near that 10th degree. You're going to be feeling that positive potential the most. Okay. And then Aquarius and Aquarius rising. So for Aquarius, financial opportunities. You've maybe been stressing out about some sort of debt or financial issue or joint financial situation, something going on involving partnership and finances, or something going on involving debt, other people's money, investments, resources, or maybe just trying to plan for the future in those areas. Maybe you're taking out an insurance policy, or you're paying off loans or something like that. But this is a week where a financial opportunity can come to you very personally, especially involving property or your home or your family. And so it could be an opportunity to help your family in some way. It could be an opportunity to purchase a property or to make some sort of move. Very literally, you might change your location this week or decide to change your location this week. Maybe it's been a long time coming and now the opportunity comes to you, or the money comes to you, or you're able to move to a location that is going to benefit you financially. Maybe it's a lot cheaper, so you can pay off your debts much more easily. A lot of these things can really come up for you this week, but this is a week where financial opportunity comes to the forefront, and there's a need to visualize, especially. So for you in general, for Aquarius rising people, you have Pisces in the second house. So visualization related to your finances and what you want on a material level can go a very long way, as woo-woo as it sounds, especially if you're embodying that energy and really putting your emotions behind it and visualizing it so clearly it's like you're living it. So what do you want financially? What do you want on a material level? You need to connect with that spiritually, as odd as that sounds, and you need to connect with that on an emotional level, and you need to visualize it over and over and over again. Embody it, feel it, embrace it, feel it as if you're experiencing it. And this can create incredible opportunities for you, especially this week if you're visualizing something involving, like, where do you want to live? What do you want your home life to look like? Maybe you want more independence and freedom when it comes to your living situation, or you want to live as a nomad or have some sort of like camper van or RV where you're just kind of going around between different places. Or maybe you want just a change, right? A change of scenery, a move. Maybe your current living situation feels too restrictive, and now you want to create the financial opportunity that will allow you to make that move and to have everything you've ever dreamed of in that area. And you can initiate that and engage with it. It might take a few weeks, a few months, or even a few years to fully manifest, but you can create that now. You can get that rolling, and it's literally being created right now, even if it doesn't show up exactly in this moment. Okay, and finally, Pisces. This full moon is all about you, so saving the best for last year. So the full moon is in your sign, and this is an incredible time where you are being highlighted, your energy is being activated. You've probably been focusing a lot of your energy on relationships, other people's needs, other people's problems, basically your focus has been external and on interrelational issues, and kind of maybe making plans and negotiations and agreements related to contracts or partnerships or something like that. That could be a part of this too. But now's the time to stop focusing so much on what everybody else needs. It's a time to focus on you. You are being highlighted. An opportunity can very literally come to you unexpectedly in a surprising way through your own mind and mental activity, but especially maybe even externally, because it's a full moon, through communication, through connections with other people, through connections with your community. Maybe the opportunity comes through your siblings or extended family members in some way. Maybe the opportunity comes through a short trip, and you just kind of like go off to the next town over and spend some time there because you don't want to go too far or whatever. And a new person, you meet somebody new within your community or near your community, and that provides you with some sort of opportunity that changes your life and changes your direction on a very personal level. This could also be the culmination of something that you seeded that benefits you and your own self-interest, your own goals and plans, your own volition, or that's been created out of your own volition, where finally it's made manifest and you receive an exciting letter or communication or congratulations about it, where you're being highlighted or recognized in some way. I would say that the best way to use this energy is to communicate and reach out, right? This is still a social energy, reaching out to other people who can help you understand your situation and maybe help you brainstorm or help you to see things or understand things in a new, very outside of the box way, can actually really help you to further your own personal goals and plans. So whatever it is you want to create and manifest, whatever it is that's coming up for you right now, reaching out and talking it over and, doing something with that, right, to help stimulate some sort of positive change. And this could be a very positive opportunity that comes to you on a very personal level, very unexpectedly, but this could also be in partnership. So there's maybe some sort of new opportunity that comes to you through communication. You get like a letter or an email, and it benefits not just you, but your marriage partner or somebody you're very close with as well. So that could be a part of this energy too. This is a social energy though. I would say don't spend this time in seclusion. This is definitely a time for you to be out there. This is your time to shine. This is your time to connect with others, and all of those social connections are going to go much better, much more smoothly, and they're going to provide a lot of inspiration, a lot of opportunity, a lot of optimism that you're really going to need to propel you forward. So that is my forecast for all 12 signs. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. If you enjoyed this video, please like the video, subscribe to my channel, and share this video with your friends if you feel like they might benefit from some of the information and insight for this week, because we're all going through a lot and this is a great period of opportunity. So, invite your friends to embrace it too. All right, so thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you next time. Bye, everyone.